A port that was leased to a Chinese company for 99 years will soon be back under Australian control. Peter Dutton says a coalition government will take back the Port of Darwin if it wins the federal election. But after getting wind of the opposition leader's announcement, the Prime Minister revealed he was already in negotiations to take the port back.
Local sporting clubs are not usually the place for major national security announcements. But the Country Liberal Party's candidate in the Darwin seat of Solomon almost let the cat out of the bag at this event. Asked her view on the future of the Port of Darwin, Lisa Bayliss had this to say.
Well, look, I think I'll leave it to the Leader of the Opposition to make his announcement. I'm not going to jump in and make any early announcements around what's being discussed at a federal level.
So the Leader of the Opposition's planning an announcement as well?
That's not for me to comment on.
A few hours later, Mr Dutton confirmed he would be taking action on one of the country's most controversial assets. He says an elected Dutton coalition government will act in the national interest to immediately secure the Port of Darwin by facilitating the return of the port to an Australian government-approved operator. In 2015, the Northern Territory's Country Liberal Party government leased the port for 99 years to Chinese company Landbridge in a move that raised concerns all the way to Washington. Outrage over the lease forced the Turnbull coalition government to change laws, so state and territory asset sales come under the Foreign Investment Review Board. Now, Mr Dutton says his government would appoint a specialist commercial advisor to work with the NT government to secure a new Commonwealth-approved owner. If that can't be done in 6 months, a Dutton government will use Commonwealth powers to compulsorily acquire the lease and pay Landbridge compensation. In the current geopolitical environment, it is vital that this piece of critical infrastructure, which is directly opposite to the Larrakia Defence Precinct, is operated by a trusted Commonwealth-approved entity. Debate about the port's future has been raging in the top end after Labor MP Luke Gosling last month told Sky News he was working to take the port back.
We can return that port to Australian hands where it always should be, and we can start to make the most of our strategic position in the Indo-Pacific.
The Prime Minister added to that speculation this week.
We wouldn't have flogged it off in the first place. That's the first point to make. I'll have more to say when over the course of this campaign.
After getting wind of Mr Dutton's announcement, the Prime Minister called into ABC Radio to reveal he was already in negotiations to take back the port.
The coalition making an announcement tomorrow that the coalition are going to say that they'll buy the lease back, but you're not making that announcement today.
You bet we will. We've been working on this issue for some time and trying to as well maximise the benefit for the Australian taxpayer. And that is why we've been working it through in a constructive way, making sure that we're in the strongest possible position and that we protect the Australian taxpayers' interests. What the coalition have now done is pretending that it had nothing to do with them at all and essentially following us.
Matt Cunningham, Sky News.